Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
The title for us for today is MCO, the 2020 Movement Control Order, which is commonly referred as the MCO or PKE, is spontaneously implemented by the federal government of Malaysia as a preventive measure in response to the COVID-19 pandemic in the country on 18 March 2020. The order was commonly referred as the lockdown or partial lockdown by the local or international media. Limited customer peak counts, social distancing, the use of hand sanitizer, and the disinfection exercise are the example of the restriction of MCO. One of the causes of MCO is to decrease the interaction between people. People can catch COVID-19 from others who have the virus. The disease spread from person to person through small droplets from the nose or mouth, which is exhaled when a person with COVID-19 coughs, sneezes, or spits. These droplets are relatively heavy, do not travel far, and quickly sink to the ground. People can catch COVID-19 if they breathe in disease from a person who has infected with the virus. Hence, MCO is necessary to decrease the interaction between people.
True, I totally agree with you, and I would like to add up a point here. Okay, in my opinion, I think lack of awareness among people in our society is also a part of why MCO is held. So, people nowadays, we were carefree when the coronavirus hit us. We didn't take the virus very seriously, so it becomes harder to control the virus. This leads to the enforcement of MCO to control the interaction between people.
Because of MCO is don't care about cleanliness, the reason society does not care about cleanliness is because they consider it a trivial matter and burden them. For example, not washing hands after being in public area. In addition, public view about hygiene is also one of the causes of the rapid spread of COVID-19 virus.
I agree with you, Iman, and I would like to add my point here, which is the cause of prolonged of MCO period is due to attitude of some people that neglected government order. Is not to travel anywhere if there is no interest.
That's a good point. I would like to add a point here too. Nowadays, people are so selfish. We don't think about people nowadays. We are not wearing masks because we think we have better immune system than children and older people. For example, babies and older people, they have a higher risk of getting coronavirus because they have lower immune system than adults and teenagers like us. So we have to wear masks not only to protect ourselves, but also to protect people around us.
Okay, nice, Pooja.
Thank you, Iman.
My point is, Malaysia is a developing country. The government will not let off focus from working because they want to prevent decline of productivity. If productivity declines, it will not affect the national currency. This causes the price of goods to increase in the market. Therefore, it will burden the people of Malaysia.
Can I add my point here? I think besides that, people are still insist on going out to work to support their family. This is because they are worried if they don't have enough income to provide for their families.
I agree with you, Mimi, but I have to add something here. Coronavirus has mutated, and at this moment there isn't any cure for coronavirus. As we know, the most common symptom for coronavirus is dry cough, fever, and also tiredness. But according to WHO, it's possible to catch COVID-19 from someone who does not feel ill. There is no medicine that has been shown to prevent or cure the disease. Hence, MCO is one of the most effective ways to prevent the spread of coronavirus.
That's a good point, Tan.
But what's the effects for MCO, Iman?
The effect of MCO is depression. Depression is mental illness that will cause a person to feel down. This will affect a person's life if not addressed effectively. Among the effects of depression are physical effects such as weight loss or obesity. In addition, a person will also suffer from anemia which causes pain. Depression also affects psychology. For example, feelings of loneliness to the surrounding community. Not only that, it also risks suicide because they have given up their life.
Excuse me, I think the effect of MCO are many people lost their jobs and there is less job opportunity. This is because the employers lost profits due to MCO, so they cannot afford to pay employees. So they decided to fire some workers.
Other than that, one of the effects are people get bored of MCO and started to disobey MCO. MCO has restricted the movement and also the freedom of people. It has caused people started to disobey MCO. People started to travel all over throughout the world as the cost of the traveling has gone down due to the MCO. This has led to the spread of virus across a large region.
All your points are very good, and I would like to add my point here. In my opinion, I think one of the effects of MCO is that health issues are getting worse nowadays. The virus affects immune system in our body, so people are easily falling ill and sick nowadays. This is also due to our habit. We are all very passive nowadays. We are like couch potatoes, always on phones, scrolling through social medias, Netflix and chill all day long. We are also messing up our sleeping schedules. Sleeping schedule is very important. Our sleep is very important because it boosts our immune system.
I totally agree with you, Pooja. And I think some people will experience anxiety because they are very afraid to approach people for fear of being infected with the virus.
Yes, Mimi, that's very true. In addition, our economy is also affected. People suffer with depression, as what Iman mentioned just now, and this also increase the death cases in our country. People also lost job opportunities, as what you said just now. So this leads to a very frustrating situation for now.
I agree, Pooja.
Thank you, Iman.
The case increase also effect of MCO. The government enforced a quarantine order and temporarily suspend all public transport service, shopping malls and work. The community was not allowed to leave the district temporarily to curb the spread of coronavirus, especially during the festive season.
I totally agree with you, Imran.
Okay,
Other than that, panic buying is also one of the effects of MCO. Panic buying is one of the top 8 lines of COVID-19 pandemic. This international phenomenon threatens health system ability to prevent and treat the coronavirus with a shortage of hand sanitizer, masks, and also daily needs. Food shortage here are prompting people to panic buying and result in the depletion of daily food supply. But then, what is the solution of the effect?
I think everything happens for a reason, so do MCO. There are a few solutions that can be considered. The solution to avoid prolonged MCO is do screening on people while leaving the household by simplicity. This is to track people who spread the virus.
Yes, Mimi, you're very true. In my opinion, one of the solutions for MCO is also drink enough amount of water. Drinking 8 glasses of water every day helps us to stay hydrated. It also avoids our throat from getting dry. Dry throat leads to cough and illness. When we get illness, our immune system will drop, and this leads us to easily catch COVID-19.
In my opinion, take care of illness also a solution of MCO. Avoid touching eyes, nose and mouth. Cover your mouth and nose with your elbow or tissue when coughing or sneezing. Dispose of used tissue immediately. Make sure to wash hands after you blow your nose, sneeze into a tissue. Use the restroom when leave and return home before preparing or eating food. Applying makeup, handle contact lens. If using a hand sanitizer, ensure that it contains at least 16% alcohol. Ensure coverage on all parts of the hands and rub hands together for 20 until 30 seconds until hands feel dry.
I agree with you, Iman. Besides that, strengthen the law enforcement is also one of the solutions for MCO. A floating law enforcement officer for this effort to in keeping the floating law enforcement officer for their effort in keeping viruses in check and take actions against those who flout the MCO. It says that order was not meant to be a punitive. It says that the order was not meant to be a punitive measure. As such, each case must be handled with some compassion and sensitivity. For example, on 18 March, the Chamber of Attorney General released a federal gazette specific to the control order, where the violation can be fined up to 1,000 ringgit or jail not more than 6 months or both.
Yes, Tan, that's very true. The other solution for MCOs also quarantining people from abroad and other states for 14 days. When we do this, we can detect people who are harboring virus because it takes 14 days for a person to show their symptom of the virus. We can break the chain of coronavirus among our community when we do this.
Other than that, the community must obey the SOP. All depend on the ability of the people to exercise self-control in compliance with all standard operating procedure (SOP), as there is no longer movement and state control in recovery phase. The use of face masks is an obligation on every individual, and this routine makes the community adhere to the new norms of measures to prevent the spread of COVID-19. The community also should practice social distance when in public areas to prevent the spread of COVID-19 virus.
I agree with you, Iman. I think when feel sick, you can see the doctors immediately to identify the disease and the cause of the disease.
I agree with you, Lily. Other than that, improve online shopping system allow people to shop at home, not just rushing to the market or store nearby. Hence, the phenomena of panic buying will be decreased as the supplier of the baby goods are sufficient. People may don't have to be over-worried on the food storage, and there will be no more impulse shopping on daily goods for people.
True, Tan. I agree with all the points given. So I'd like to conclude here that MCO is one of the preventing measures that is used to prevent the spread of the coronavirus, and we as citizens should obey it. It takes effort from various parties to fight this coronavirus, so this can help us lead our economy back to normal.
Okay, so I think that's all for us today. So thank you everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.